Hey, welcome to FitMitTuro Fitness Podcast. Before jumping into today's episode, quick promotion about my upcoming 8-week balanced lifestyle challenge, which starts on Monday, October 14th, and the last day to join is Wednesday, October 16th. In this challenge, you will get personalized training program that removes all the guesswork. So if your goal is to achieve defined muscles and get stronger, this challenge will help you. You will also get tailored nutrition guidelines to help you to lose fat, build muscle, and boost your confidence so you learn from your current nutrition. And with our help, you are mastering it and making it even better. You will stay on track with dedicated support as I'm sending you personally weekly check-ins, and you will have all the support from whole community. More details you will get from link in my show notes. And as you are a podcast listener, I have a special bonus, and you will get exclusive discount 30% off when you are using code no scam at checkout. So check this out, and let's get now into today's episode. Hey, and welcome to this FitMitTuro Fitness Podcast. In today's episode, I'm talking about how to maximize your fitness in minimal time and what exactly you should be doing if you don't have too much time, and how much is the minimum requirements for workouts, for your nutrition, and how to get started, and what is the most important thing. So this is a topic I recently talked with one of my online coaching clients, Samia, and she has been doing this now for a couple of years, and in the beginning it was really hard to find time, and she started like very slowly, couple times, 1-2 times a week, 20-minute workouts, and now after a while she felt like that now it's time to do 3 workouts. And when we talk, like she have been very consistent past months, and but the thing is that she haven't been doing all 3 workouts, and she have done, in her words, using her words, only 2 workouts. And this is something what we addressed right away, as many of us we think that there is some minimum amount of time or workouts what you should be doing to be able to see results. And like in Samia's case, she set the goal to work out 3 times a week, and when she did 2 workouts, she was a lot more worried and a lot more feeling like kind of down and not happy about herself because she missed 1 workout. And that's what we addressed it, that actually what you should celebrate those 2 workouts and not being worried about missing 1. And so now, because obviously her ultimate goal is to work out, to do strength training 3 times a week. So we changed a little bit the approach, and she's aiming for now 2 workouts per week. And then to get that kind of start, like her sessions are 30-40 minute sessions. So it's not that she works out like a 2 hours or something, but for the third one, like, cause it was the point was what was for her was the actually going into the gym, and she found often herself talking herself out of doing the work because she don't have time, there's not enough energy, and going to the gym was too hard. So now we changed and adjusted the goal for 2 gym workouts, and then she had 5 to 10 minute bodyweight workout at home to build that habit of working out, keeping promises you make to yourself. And then who knows, after a month, maybe she gets that habit of showing up 3 times a week. And then maybe you can, if you still feel like that, okay, now I have built that habit, now I can get started. So this is just an example, what I always love to tell for all new people who are coming to me, starting a workout, because often, like it is, you can imagine people who are hiring a coach, you think that you must take most out of it. You have to do 3 times a week or 4 times or 5 times, whatever number you have it in your mind. And then if for some reason, because we are very good to find these excuses for ourselves, and then we are then often telling that there's no point of hiring a coach if I don't have time to work out X amount of time. And but this is what is the thing in this fitness journey. This is all individual. We have all different situation in life, different season in life. Maybe you have a busy period of life. Maybe you have small children, which are at the moment higher priority, or your work, whatever priorities you have. And this is totally fine. And it's just to adjust your efforts with your time. And ideally, you pick how many sessions, how long your sessions are going to be, what you feel confident. Like it should be like very, very easy. Like if you say that you work out 2 minutes for 2 days a week, maybe that's kind of too easy. But whatever, like I have a people who start with the 2 times a week 10-minute workout, so it doesn't need to be much. And those are usually, of course, you are not probably going to get the most benefits of doing 2 times 10-minute workout per week, but it's for sure better than nothing. And even more importantly, you are starting to build those habits, especially if you are someone who haven't been working out a lot. Those small workouts, short workouts, they are building that habit, and they help you to build that confidence that you are actually keeping promises, what you make to yourself. And it's like in my job as a coach, this is one of my favorite stories. When I was a younger coach, one woman contacted me, and she told about her background. She hasn't worked out for years, and then she said that now I'm hiring coach. I'm starting to work out 5 times a week, and I, as a younger coach, I was more than happy to think selfishly that I'm going to get amazing before after pictures, and setting her 5 times a week routine, and thinking that we will make in a 30 days amazing progress. And when I realized, when she, after a week or two, I think it was around 2 week mark, when I didn't hear anymore from her, I was like thinking that, okay, she wasn't just meant to be, or she wasn't motivated. Well, until I realized that that was actually my mistake, what I did as a coach, to set someone who is just starting 5 times a week routine. And that was a lesson what I learned earlier, that in the beginning, it's better that you get people a lot more consistent if you do a bit less what you originally think is possible. And after 30 days, after first month, if you still feel like that you could be doing, like if you are thinking like that it should be 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 3 times a week, I would rather go for 2 times a week for a month. You have always option to do that third session as kind of extra session. You can copy your workout or do whatever you enjoy. It doesn't matter, but to have that bare minimum, what is the 2 times a week? And then when you are accomplishing it, you are feeling, because like in Samya's case, how you are going to feel about yourself if you are accomplishing 2 workouts, and then you do something extra, or even if you don't do, you have done 2 weeks, you hit your goal, you are happy about yourself. But if you aim for 3 workouts, you feel most likely more guilt for missing that one workout than celebrating those 2 workouts what you did. So that is the mental change what you have to change. And so many people, when they start, like it might sound that it doesn't even bring anything, but especially if you haven't worked out for a while, even shorter workouts consistently, you feel such a big difference. Like one other client, Florian, started 1 month ago, and he started with the 2 times 20-minute workouts, and now feeling so much better, so much already seeing especially mental changes, physical changes, how exercises are getting easier. First workouts were relatively hard, and now after week 3, 4, you are already like, wow, this is a simple routine. And that's the key with the programming, that you have to like how I explain it, how to change your workouts. Like you should change them. Like I do them every 4 weeks. Often, sometimes it's 3, sometimes 5, but in general, more or less 4 weeks workout routine. And how it usually goes, that it's week 1 is kind of, you are testing, trying new exercises, and it's relatively hard. You might feel some soreness. Week 2 is that, okay, now you know what to do. You know how much weight or what kind of resistance you should be doing. So you know your program, then it's time to start to adding things and aiming to kind of progressive overload, which means that you are aiming to do always something more. So it would mean maybe one repetition more, maybe adding a little bit weight if they were relatively easy, so that your last repetitions should be relatively hard, and that you can't imagine to do more than 2 repetitions with the same weight. So if you are able to think more that you are able to do more repetitions, and then that's the way how you are seeing the most progress. And then often when you do it 3-4 weeks, week 3, week 4 might feel already relatively easy, and then you change the program, it starts from all over again. So you start kind of from the beginning, new exercises, and that's the way how you get the most benefits out from your training regime. And this is it. The number basically how many times, how long, it's individual depending on your situation, your background, and that's what I try to use for myself too. I look every week on Sunday. I decide how many workouts, especially strength training, which is something I naturally don't enjoy doing, but I know that that is the one what makes me feel more confident, stronger, and having better energy in the long term. Even during the workout, I don't enjoy doing it, but I know that if I start to miss it, I feel it right away, and that's why that is something what I need to be doing. So just setting that routine, what is and how many sessions, and then it basically doesn't matter that much what you are actually doing. So, but talking with what type of exercises you should be doing, like of course it depends a lot from your goals, but what I always recommend is some form of resistance training, strength training. So it could be, especially in the beginning, like even body weight workouts, they are relatively good. You don't need equipment. If you don't have, you could use bands, you could use dumbbells. So you don't need to go to gym or anything. It's just it makes so much easier. What I always recommend for my clients is to get a pair of adjustable dumbbells. So dumbbells that you can change weight depending on exercise, because for many people, it's or all people, you have a bigger muscles like your back muscle, your legs or glutes, or even chest. So they are a little bit stronger than smaller muscles like shoulders. And if you have your, let's say, 2-3 kilo dumbbells, it might be enough weight for smaller muscles like shoulders. But if you are doing squats with 2 kilo weight, it's most likely going to be, it's not going to be enough. Or your back doing some rowing exercises with 2 kilo, it's you are stronger than that. And when you have adjustable dumbbells, you can adjust the weight based on exercise and how many repetitions you could be doing. So strength training is something what is my number one priority for what you should be doing, because especially if you are trying to lose weight, if you just focus on losing scale weight, that doesn't tell if you are losing the weight from your muscles, from fat. Of course, you would like to lose fat, but if you don't fight against it, your body doesn't care if that weight is going off from your muscles. And why it's so important to not lose muscle mass, it decreases your metabolism. So you might be seeing a rapid weight loss progress, but actually your situation got a lot worse. So if you are not focusing on your strength training and protein intake, you are losing scale weight, but you are not actually losing that much fat. And even despite you might lose a lot amount of weight, or a big amount of weight, then your situation might actually have gotten worse than it was in the beginning, despite you lose, let's say 10 kilos. Because if you lose 2-3 kilos of your muscle mass, and the rest is water or a little bit fat, so it's not going to be what it means in the future. So you have to eat even less to maintain that weight. So you are telling your body that you must eat less to be able to. And then when you, at some point, when you eat a little bit more, you are not being able to maintain your lost weight. So in the end, that's the best secret or best recipe to become yo-yo dieter. So gaining, losing same amount of weight, and it feels always so hard. But when you do it in a smarter way, you are finding systems, methods, how you are able to actually maintain your lost weight. And this is something. So strength training is number one priority. Of course, if you want to improve your endurance, there is principles for improving your endurance. It should be depending on how much time you have, but you should do some at least one session, kind of interval session, or what is like feels like really hard, where your heartbeat is going really high, or let's say I use, if you have a sport tracker or sport watch or something, it should be in zone 4. So that is a relatively hard, and it's if you don't know about those zones, it feels like that it's not maximum, but it's really like that you are out of breath and you are not able to keep up that rhythm longer than 1-2 minutes, because then it's getting too hard. And one that kind of session, and it should be, if you think your total amount of time you are going to work out with cardio, to improving your cardio. I had an episode with James Lepataik. You can find it, or I have several other episodes where I talk about these principles more in depth. So check out those episodes if you are interested to know exactly what to do, how much to do. And the principle is that around 15-20%. So let's say that you are working out, I use an example, 1.5 hours or 100 minutes. So it's easy to count in a head. So it would be 15 to 20 minutes of zone 4. It would mean interval training. For me personally, I love playing tennis, intense tennis. So that is for me kind of my interval training or heat training. And then the rest is zone 2 cardio, which is relatively easy. And it's, if you don't know, if you don't have a sport tracker, it's something that you are, it's not just like a slow pace walking, but that you are, for me, for example, for me, it's rapid walking. And that is that you are able to keep up conversation. So easiest way is to think about it like this, that you are able to talk, but you don't kind of want to talk all the time. So if you are not able to make 10 to 15 word sentences without taking a breath, that's already that if you are not able to do it, you are in zone 3, zone 4. But if you are able to keep up conversation without taking a breath, that is when you are in zone 2. So it feels relatively easy. And the secret with this is that you are able to do it longer. It's not too taxing for your body, so it doesn't cause stress, and you are able to do it more often without feeling fatigue. So often the problem is that when people are starting to improve their cardio, they first thing what they think is that they have to go to run. And when you go to run, it's for me too. I used to do the same mistake every single time. When I went to run, I said I have to run faster. Because otherwise I don't get that feeling right away after workout that I have done something. And when you chase that feeling, it's not going to be as effective, as then you might feel sore, or you most likely you will be sore. You are not, you are going to be exhausted. You are not going to recover, and you are not going to be able to maintain that your routine. So just thinking it that zone 2 combination between zone 2, 85% of your total amount of time. So in my example, 100 minutes cardio per week, it would be 85 minutes per week, zone 2, and the rest zone 4, which is like kind of interval training. And that is the key how to actually improve your endurance. And the strength training for getting to maintain, like if you are, depending of course your background, how active you have been, what you have done in the past, but if you are doing, let's say, one session per week around, let's say, 45 minutes, you are able to maintain everything. But if you want to see, of course, if you start from zero, everything above zero, you are going to see progress, but then it's relatively easy to maintain all your levels. But then if you want to see progress, it's, I would say that with 2 times a week, you are able to see relatively good progress. If you want to optimize your progress, it's a 3 sessions per week. And if you like, for most people, more than 3 times a week, you don't need, maybe 4, but more than 4 times a week, there is very few people who need more than 4 times per week. So 3-4 sessions at the most is where you should be aiming for. And this is for strength training. So now, what about then if you have, let's say that you have like for most people, you have, let's say you have 3 hours per week for your workouts, and how to actually divide those. So I like to vary things and keep it very, very simple. So thinking like that, what you should be actually doing is that I aim to walk a lot, as every single day, having a 15-30 minute walk, and then it's going to be 1 to 2 like a harder sessions, like interval training. For me, it's going to be either tennis, hockey. Sometimes I do interval runs if I don't have any of these other things, but I'm very good at avoiding running, because that's something what I naturally don't enjoy. And then strength training. The rest will be strength training. So 2-3 sessions of 30 minutes, so that you get at least 90 minutes per week. That would be basically ideal amount to see at least relatively good amount of progress. If you have less, like I said, it really, maintaining everything doesn't really need a lot, but at least some form of resistance training you need to do, or otherwise, like I said earlier, it's going to affect how you are going to feel, your confidence levels, how strong you are feeling, and plus that especially if you are trying to lose weight at the same time, or fat, you are probably going to lose more weight from your muscles than necessary. So those are the reasons why you should be doing it, and how to actually set your routine. And the other key is that you have a plan. So you know exactly when you have a minimum time, you have plan. So you know exactly what exercises, when to do it, and then put them into your calendar, or making appointments for yourself. This is the one of those things what I did for myself, is that I have to decide it on Sunday. Otherwise, I know that I'm so good talking myself out of doing it. So I set non-negotiable meeting to my calendar. It's a meeting where I don't ask if I'm motivated, how I'm going to feel. It's time, and it's time to go. And those are my meetings for my own health, what I need to be doing. And if you struggle with your nutrition, this is very, very, very important point. I rather you work out 1 time per week less, but take that 20-30 minute time of planning and preparing your meals ahead. So taking that time for planning is going to help you probably a lot more than doing one more workout session. So why is that? Because what for most people happens when life is getting busy, then food choices are not going to be the most optimal. As you probably know, that when you come home from a work, or you have your children, and then you don't have a lot of time, and when you have to make something quickly, it's probably not going to be the most healthiest or beneficial option for your health. So, but if you would be prepared, like things like knowing exactly what you are going to eat, for example, for your protein source, if you have been pre-cooking your protein sources, so there is everything ready. So when it's time to eat, you already know what you are going to eat. Maybe there is already half things are prepared, so you don't need to. There is no guesswork what you need to be doing. So just taking time of preparing things ahead before that moment comes. So this is with the busy schedule, just taking that time, and it doesn't need to be a lot. Just to deciding like what I love to use. Tell always for my clients, for example, is that using tracking. Even if you don't track your meals, every single meal or every single ingredient, but the way how to actually do it is for planning, using it as a planning. So looking things ahead. So, for example, people who are struggling to hit their protein goals. So how to hit your protein goal? you take your food at looking at for the next day. At protein sources you are going to eat. You start for breakfast, whatever it's going to be, 2 eggs, pre-yogurt, whatever you enjoy eating. Add those protein sources into your looking at and or tracking app, and then same thing for the lunch, for the dinner, and then you see that how many grams of protein you are getting per day, and then looking at, okay, with these sources I'm missing 20 grams of from my protein goal. Then the next question would be that could I be eating something more, what I already eat? That is the simplest, easiest way to add something, what you are already eating just a little bit more of it. And then if the answer is no, that I don't feel like that I already have 200 grams of chicken, I don't feel like eating any more. So then as what else you could be adding? Would it be on top of your salad, side salad, what you're going to eat? Could you add there some tuna or some other low calorie cheese, for example? What would add your protein sources? So this way you hit your protein goals and getting those most important macronutrient in check. Goals. That is, if you don't know anything else, just hitting your protein goal, it helps you to feeling fuller longer. So you are not going to be hungry. You are going to snack most likely a lot less. You have less cravings. So it makes just things so much easier. So you automatically eat something else less. So just taking those most simplest things and starting to actually implement those. Then other things for workouts. So often what I hear is that I don't have time, but this is not think about that. It's not about optimizing or changing your workout loads or something. What I love to do is kind of micro workouts. For example, and it doesn't need to be any that you are sweating or something, just simply body weight exercises, doing 20 push-ups in the morning or during their lunch break, or just two sets of 1-2 exercises. So you need couple minutes, and it helps a lot more than you believe. So it's first of all, it's building that habit of doing something, reminding things that you should be doing, and then it helps you to prevent muscle loss and also seeing so much progress. So these kind of micro workouts, they are helping. And if you want to take it to the next level, then like setting 10-minute routine, it could be some sort of heat workout, Tabata training, short strength circuit with the 2-3, not more than 5 exercises, doing 1 to 2 rounds. Those kind of things, they are helping you so much more than you believe, because most people, what I see, who are struggling with their consistency, is that they think that they are kind of the perfectionists. Like I tend to be that person too when I was younger, but now I think that it's just more important is actually to keep promises you make to yourself, and even it doesn't matter how long my session is going to be, if it's going to be 5 minutes, if it's going to be 10 minutes, but the main priority is to keep promises what I make to myself. So and then, if 1 week is a little bit less, next week is you still did something. And because often when you start to skip your workouts, then week by week it gets easier, and sooner than you realize you have missed a whole month of workouts, or 2 or 3 or even longer. So just learning to keep your promises, what you are making to yourself. So this was a quick episode about setting your own routine, and hopefully this was helpful. If you know someone who would need to hear these things, I would appreciate if you would share this episode with one of your friends. And if these tips were helpful, those reviews, written reviews, first of all, thank you for all who have done those reviews in iTunes or Spotify. Written reviews, they are helping so much to reach more people, and helping me to get this information out for more people. So would really appreciate if you could leave an honest review. Thank you for listening, and talk to you soon.
Hold up, friend. Do you love FitMitTuro Fitness Podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to FitMitTuro Fitness Podcast.